Hi, it's Olivia, and I'm eating some Laffy Taffies, so therefore I must share the jokes with you. What was the judge's drink order? Just ice. That reads a lot better than it sounds, and I need to fix my pen. Do you have any tips? Anyway, hello, I just thought I'd make this video kind of jumping back in. It's been a minute since I sat in front of my last video. Was a month ago, but it was like a drawing video, so you didn't even see my face. And yeah, I just thought I'd talk about some things that I'm reading. Not much, but I have a lot of stuff planned. At the top of my list, I have like a little checklist of things to talk about. First, I hit 10,000 subscribers, which is, I'm so appreciative of everyone who's subscribed. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. The other thing is, this is the month of the Asian Readathon, hosted by several awesome hosts. I'll link all the information down below. The live show to finish off the readathon is tomorrow, and I only just finished my first book for it. I just finished, 10 minutes before filming this, I finished reading Deathnote, and this is volume 1. Never read it, never had really any experience with it, and I thought this was fantastic. You guys, I honestly love this. I am late to the game with Deathnote. I went to Netflix and I see there's a live action, but I took one glance at it and I was like, I don't know if this is it. And I'm pretty sure the internet's probably had some things to say about that, but let me know your thoughts on Deathnote. And I also have Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. I read Little Fires Everywhere last year by the same author. Love that book. Loved it so much, and this has been on my radar for a very long time. Let me know if you liked it. If you've also read Little Fires Everywhere, I'd be really interested to know if you liked it more or less or the same. The other book, I'm so happy. I was the first in line on the holds list for this at my library. It just came out. The Bride Test by Helen Hong. I read The Kiss Quotient by her. Love that book. And this is like a little romance, it's the summertime. Another book I really wanted to mention that I started was called Stories of Your Life and Others by Ted Chiang, and I'm so bummed out. I had to return this to the library because I was getting really bad with my overdue fees, but it was due and I hadn't finished it yet, but I started it. If you didn't know, it's a collection of short stories, and I believe one of them is the source material for the movie Arrival. And already from the first short story I was reading, I was hooked. I purposely wanted to read children's books for this too, to find some, but it was actually very insightful. I went to my library and I looked around, and it's like, oh wow, this is where the library is lacking with Asian children's books. If you could just look up the statistics for diversity in children's books, and it needs to do better in that department. That's all I'll say. But I'm still on the lookout for those books. But when I went to my library looking for these books, they really just don't have much of a selection, which is a shame. And then, not related to Asian Readathon, I forgot that I pre-ordered this, and so it was like a little gift to myself when it arrived in the mail. Again But Better by Christine Riccio. Anyone read this yet? I don't know what this toast on the front is for, but I look forward to finding out. And the other book that I had on my radar is Chemistry, which was recommended to me by Joss from Squibbles Reads. I remember she was talking about it on a panel at BookNet Fest from last year, and I got it a couple weeks afterwards just because she shouted it out, so got this here. Speaking of BookNet Fest, speaking of conventions, and one person asked me, are you going to BookCon? That's gonna be a no. The past 2 years I have gone, but I won't be going this year because I just can't swing it this year. And I don't need to go every single year. That's something I really have to tell myself. I don't have to go every single year, and it's a big deal for me to do that trip because I'm in California and I go by myself to New York City for a couple days. I do hope to maybe go to BookNet Fest again this year. I think that, there's one more thing I wanted to mention. I don't know when I can announce it, but there is a cool opportunity that I got that I'm just so excited to share whenever it is that they tell me I can share it, related to the book defacings. So I think that's where I'll end off with this video. It's kind of just like a check-in video. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in another video. Bye.